Hello, everybody. This is Charles Calhoun, aka the ShadeTree Pro. And on this last day of 2022, I want to send out a happy holidays and a blessed new year to all my followers out there. I also want to say thank you to all my followers who just for some reason I really appreciate it, who send me nice gratuities through my PayPals and my other links that I have. I mean, I really, really appreciate it in a sense. But I put this content up and I do it to help golfers and help them to get better and become the best golfer that do. I do it out of my heart in a sense. And like I said, even those who just send me $50, $100, listen, I appreciate every single dime. Thank you very much. And like I said, once again, it touches my heart that you all would do stuff like that. But all right. So what is the ShadeTree getting ready? What is ShadeTree getting ready for? What is he getting ready to do for you in 2023? Well, 2023. Now that I'm operating under the ShadeTree here at the beautiful, and I mean beautiful, Marriott Grand Vista in Orlando, Florida. I mean, just a beautiful practice range. Let me just show you, get a look here. This is where I'm at. I'm back on my range. Look at this beautiful range. I mean, it's just beautiful. We got all kinds of nice hitting bays to hit from, short game area, putting. I mean, it's just gorgeous out here. And I love that I have the opportunity to be able to, one, make my nice videos, and also to be able to provide an opportunity for you all to come see me. Come sign up for a lesson. Come see me and become one of my clients so I can show you these beautiful things to help you get yourself on the right path to play your best golf. And I've been doing it for almost 30 years or more. I've been doing it. Matter of fact, I can tell you, about my game or my life a little bit. And I can tell you my very first lesson that I ever gave. This was so funny. I wasn't even really a teacher, but I always grew up thinking when you went to the golf course, man, you had to stay clean. So it was this nice little practice. I think it was Proctorville. I think it's Proctor. I always get Proctorville and Chesapeake backwards or whatever because they had where the ranges were. But it was Proctorville, Ohio. You had to go across the bridge and go to the range. So I would go there and I would chip and I would putt. And I mean, I got the chipping and putting down really well. So it was this gentleman. He came to me and he said, man, I'm struggling with my chipping. Are you a teacher? And I was like, what? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, sure. I mean, come on, man. I ended up being a corporate sales manager for Toyota. I was a salesman. So he said to me, he said, well, hey, how much you charge to teach me, how to chip and putt like you're doing or whatever? He said, and I said, well, I don't know. And he said, would $50 sound good? Well, me being the salesman that I know is that if someone offers you a certain amount or whatever, they'll pay more. So I said, well, yeah. 50 sounds good, but 60 sounds a lot better. So my very first lesson that I ever gave, and I don't know, I probably was with the guy 5 hours, so maybe that's a little exaggeration, but I was with him for a long time or whatever. So the $60 turned to basically a minimum wage or whatever, because I was just enjoying helping the man out. And I did show him how to chip and putt. It's pretty good. Don't remember who the guy's name was, but all I remember, that was my very first lesson that I ever gave. And I knew this would be something that I wanted to do. So anyway, that was one of my little stories there. So what I'm going to show you something here today. I'm going to show you that in 2023, as I start breaking loose, I'm going to start letting you all understand, that the golf swing doesn't have to be as difficult as it needs to be. I'm not a position person. I always say that, muscles learn, positions don't. Any position you're trying to achieve in the golf swing, if it's not conducive to the natural movements of the body, consistently is not going to work. See, the whole purpose of the ShadeTree Pro swing philosophy is to keep you moving. You got to keep moving. I don't want you to stop and stall, and I want you to keep moving. You all know that you see my swing, how it just kind of keeps moving. My little practice rehearsal, it's kind of like Guy Boris. That just kept moving. And if you keep moving, you keep the nerves and everything in your body responding in a sense. So in 2023, under the ShadeTree, I'm going to start talking to you about making a move, how to keep it going. You know, instead of getting stuck, it doesn't matter. If you don't get it in the right position at the top, don't matter. Keep going. Let it go. Like Mo Norman said, the only thing that matters is here to the there or whatever. I'm going to show you how to understand the better, but that like I did in a video talking about Payne Stewart, how to learn to push, because if anything that we are behind, we are pushing. So the strike in itself shouldn't be a pulling action of the club. It should be a pushing action, even if you feel the pull or whatever. You know, change the way you think. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start making you think about these things. I'm going to make you see things that are basically something you do every single day. I'm going to talk a little bit about, making sure you get your health right, in a sense, so you can maintain good postures or whatever. I'm going to talk about you being committed to, like I said, being committed to your game. So one of the things that I do, and I try to make it easy in a sense, is that I relate things to things that I did, tools when I was growing up. Now, I said something in a video where I talked about that the golf club is like a shovel going into the ground. So before, as I said, first you got to believe it to see it. So what I do, just little things. I may sit here when I'm practicing or I'm studying and I'm trying to learn and understand. I may sit here and just take little swings and feel like I'm actually, like this is a shovel, like I'm back on my granddaddy's farm and I'm taking the shovel and I'm just like putting it down into the ground, just feeling that sense of like I'm doing that, just to see what it feels like, see if I can understand that, because I start small and I go big. So just like those little punches there, now what I'll do is I'll try to maybe take it a little bit further and just go. But the main thing that I'm doing is I'm making sure that I keep my rhythm. I'm not, checking where positions are. I can care less what the positions are. I just, I am one who works on the clock drill. My buddy Scott Perry, one of my best of friends, lives in Ohio. Great player. Let me tell you what, great player. Scott taught me about the clock drill. See, I was a beginner golfer, didn't know a lot of these things. Scott taught me about the clock drill in a sense, but I don't look at it to where I'm stopping. I'm constantly keeping my motion going. It's just a visualization that I use in a sense. Just kind of like more of a feeling action of what it is that I'm doing. So what I want you to do, and I want you to understand, when you're working on your game, those of you in the cold weather, take the time to look in the mirror. I got this young brother that I helped out, and he plays on the APGA tour, and and he you talking about hitting it right now? He's doing it. One of the funniest things he said to me one day, when I had helped him out with something, he went out and he played and he shot 64, and he got on the very last hole and he hit, I think he said a 6 or 7 iron, but he hit it. And it felt so good that he looked at it and he said, man, I could sit and watch that all day. I got that one for you, Joe. So just little things like that. Those things make me feel good, that I've helped people or whatever. But then don't forget now, I can play. I got a couple chumps that's around here that keep calling me out or whatever, and they have no idea what's about to come their way, because now we get ready to get into not only me helping you with your game, but I'm going to help my game as well, because I don't teach anything that I don't do myself. That's one thing, because if you're sitting beside me when you come take a lesson from me, if you're standing beside me, I promise you I'm gonna be trying to teach you exactly the same things that I do. Why? Because the actions that I'm creating, they're not just conducive to me. They are based on anatomical movements of the body. As I said in a video once time before, you may move your finger like this and you may think it's turning down a light switch. Somebody may think it's wiping down a wall or whatever, but at the end of the day, the action is still the action. That's what matters. So that's what I'm going to teach in 2023. I'm going to open those doors for you. I'm going to open up most importantly, I'm going to open up your mind. I'm going to turn you into a believer, because as I said, and I'll say it again, under the shade tree, you have to first believe. When you believe in something, it's easier for you to see it. And then here's the beauty thing. When you believe in something, there will be so many doors opening. I mean, just so many serendipitous opportunities that come to you, and you go, wow. I remember doing that as a kid when I was helping my buddy Joseph Stills and telling him and showing him some things. What he was saying was like, bro, I remember doing that as a kid, and I've always been trying to get that sensation, that feeling back. Well, I showed him that it really how to take it from a feel to understand it's the real action. And like I said, that's the guy I was talking about here. He's been crushing it ever since. So 2023, get ready. And if you want to get in touch with me, like I said before, all you have to do is go to charles@shadetreepro.com. Send me a message. Let's talk about what you need for your golf swing. Let's talk about what I can do to help you. I really, really like you to come see me here at this beautiful facility, the Grand Vista Marriott in Orlando, Florida, you know, where I operate my business, that I will absolutely do my best to give you an opportunity to be your best. Like I said, once again, thank you everybody for sending those great gratuities to me, and it's a blessing to me. And once again, happy holidays to you. Be blessed for 2023. This is Charles Calhoun, aka the Shade Tree Pro, and always good golfing.